say much. Let me welcome or appreciate or acknowledge the presence of the chairperson of the advisory board for the CEFRI, Dr. Mthala, the presence of our Deputy Principal Academic, Ms. Nofke, the presence of the Program Manager from the NBI, Ms. Abigail Kusela, Ms. Marisa Tretter, from Tuition, Tushia, who is the director, the staff members present, as well as who are the cream of the community and the cream of the CEFRI. Those are the SMEs. Without further ado, I would actually request Ms. Nofke, who is actually going to unleash the dogs so that we may feel free when we are in this event. Thank you so much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What a lovely day it is not. We welcome the presence of Dr. Mthala, who is the chairperson of the advisory board of the centre. Then also Mr. Mudau, the acting principal of EWC, that will join us very soon. Then Ms. Abigail Kuluse, the NBI project manager. Ms. Marisa Tretter, the director of Tushia. Ms. Samuela, the project leader of Tushia. And then our SMEs and staff members. You are welcomed at the centre's installation, repairs and maintenance SME program, where 9 of the SMEs will be graduating today. Thank you for honouring us with your presence, and please enjoy the function with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Nofke. That was very short and sweet. In Africans, they call it Gord and Wandach depend. Satya once said, a little progress each day adds up to big results. Unto you, the SMEs are actually saying, whatever that you've been doing, it's actually adding up into big results. So your achievements today are actually making you who you are today, and then you are actually going to progress because of what you are actually doing. I am actually going to request Ms. Abigail Kusela, who is going to actually give us a congratulatory message. Ms. Kusela is the NBI Program Manager, Economic Inclusion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Program Director. Good morning, everybody. Very special welcome, Mr. Dr. We have not met before. It was a pleasure to meet. I hope after the ceremony we will get to engage. And here in the absence of the principal, also acknowledging him, and thank you, Rosa, and acknowledge you too as well. So, Marisa and all our partners that are here, the SMEs, and I think that's what I want to say, all protocol observed. I hope I have not missed anyone. It's such a pleasure to be here this morning, and thank you very much to EWC for the opportunity and to partner with us as NBI as we move along our journey. You know, this event for me marks the beginning of a lot of things, and it is indeed the beginning and not the end. I know often people see graduations as an end, but can I reverse that and say it is the beginning? And why do I say it's the beginning is because as the 9 IRM SMEs that are graduating today, you are part of the IRM story that the NBI is building. And this IRM story, I'm going to take some time to share it with you because I think in the buzz and in the middle of everything that we're doing, we sometimes forget that there's a bigger picture that we're working towards. So between 2021 and 2025, the NBI is working to demonstrate the efficacy of the IRM township economy model. And what this in essence means is that we want to be laying the foundation for scalability, scaling up the model in order for us to create or rather improve job absorption within SMEs in the township area. Our goal is to do 2 things through the program, as you may recall. The one part is to identify growth-orientated IRM township SMEs and work with them and provide support in order to address the barriers of growth. So these are SMEs that want to go for growth, right? Not all SMEs want to go for growth. Do you know that? Some people are happy to run small business, but it's okay because there's room for all of us. You just want to have a small business and it stays small and it employs 1 or 2 people, that's fine. It's okay. But then there are others who intentionally want to go for growth. They want to grow their businesses. And so we want to identify those entrepreneurs, walk beside them and assist them in addressing those barriers to growth through, for example, the hub and the Center for Entrepreneurship where we are right now. So that's the one part. The other part is to then say, as you as an SME are growing and achieving your growth objectives, you will have demand for skills. You will need people who are going to help you to execute on your promises to your clients. And so in addressing that is then the skills development part, which is identifying young people in the IRM industry or young people who want to become artisans and want to get into the IRM space, training them, providing the 3 months training. And once they've received 3 months training through the Tibet College and currently with EWC, it's running at the Tembisa campus. Once they've had their 3 months training, they then have a 6 to 9 months work experience or work-based training that happens. And what we're trying to do over the years is that training used to happen in big business or very formalized SMEs. So we are saying we now want to bring that training through to happen in local township SMEs so that we are able to match 2 things. One, the youth can work closer to where they live. That's why we're building the ecosystem within the township context. And secondly, that as the SME grows, they can provide training for that young person, and as they are growing, increase the possibility and the opportunity for absorption, therefore creating a job opportunity. So that's the model, and that's the model that we are trying to scale. It is an extremely complex model with a lot of moving parts and a lot of moving pieces, but we continue to build through partnerships such as EWC, the Center for Entrepreneurship, and it is a program that is not only based here. As a reminder, we are running it here and also in Mandeni in Cape Town or Western Cape, and we have other locations that we are growing. Just to give you a picture, we are looking at establishing 9 IRM hubs within the next 5 years, of which we're counting this one and Mandeni as the first 2, and then we've got the next 7, which is going to be in Atlantis. We're busy with Swane and Mamelodi at the moment, early stages. It's actually in progress now. Some of you may have met Oscar, who put up the workshops here. He's busy that side now. We are developing and implementing a digital access to market platform, because what we've realized and what we have seen is that in trying to place young people in the SME businesses, specifically township SME businesses, the challenge has been consistency of work. So some SMEs have worked for 2 months, then they don't have work for another month, then they could work for 3 months, then they don't have work for another month. And we obviously cannot afford to have the learner sitting at home in between those periods. So it is quite imperative to address consistency of access to market. And so we started building this platform, and some of you who attended the networking event may have seen a snippet of it. Still early stages, but it is in development, and the idea is for us to partner with our partners, our member companies, and our other stakeholders to be able to market opportunities through that platform and have IRM SMEs be able to access those platforms. We are also developing that system to also become a learner alumni, so continuously as SMEs you'll be able to find skilled young people within your locality through that platform. And obviously continue to build our relationship with the college and provide support where the college needs that support in order to be able to run this program on its own throughout. So those are the things that we will be doing, and as you can see, it's quite complex. What have we achieved so far? We've achieved the setup of partnering with this Center of Entrepreneurship, and also then establishing one in Mandeni. Mandeni was a new build, and that's a partnership with Mfolo City College. The 3 hubs that I've spoken about. We've had 88 SMEs that have been supported this year between 2021 and 2022. Some have been virtually supported, some have been face-to-face interactions, such as you guys. We've had 30 workers who have gone through ARPL, which is artisanal recognition of prior learning. And we've had 232 youth who have been trained in IRM. This coming year, financial year 2022-2023, we're targeting 1,000. So that gives you a picture of how many more SMEs we need to find, growth-oriented SMEs we need to find and provide support to. But also, as I said to you, it's only the journey. You haven't had an opportunity to host youth as yet, and we're hoping that these 1,000 that are going to graduate, some of them will find place in your companies to have workplace training. So can you see it's only the beginning? And as the SMEs here, you also are 9 of the 2,000 that we're able to impact and to work with. So it is only the beginning. And this program was our very first recruitment. It is only the beginning. And so it does really mark a proud moment for us. And thank you. So what can you look forward to, and what can the TVET College also look forward to going forward? We continue to look forward to working together. We look forward to your partnership. We are embedding the green economy initiatives on what we are doing, and that's through the support of the Gauteng Economic Development Department and the green economy side. As those who are interested, some of you who have already started implementing green initiatives, we're moving forward on that, but we are also going to have a much more broader intervention, because what we discovered was that throughout all the 88 SMEs that I just mentioned, there's still very little awareness in terms of some of the green economy opportunities that are out there. And there's also very little awareness in terms of how one can start transforming their own business into green practices and contributing towards the just transition journey that we have. So we will be embarking on quite a lot of that as well in the future. We will continue to build the access to market platform and continue to engage in driving and trying to aggregate demand to understand where the opportunities are for the SMEs and how the SMEs can grab those opportunities. And we'll continue to track performance. I mean, the support that's been provided, again, is only the beginning. So we'll continue to work with the enterprises and track performance and see how the enterprises are doing, how are they growing, and what support they need. So Yeah, congratulations. Really congratulations for the previous 6 months. It was a very short period, but like I say, it was the beginning. It is only the start. We look forward to continued engagement. The only thing that I think is falling away really is the structured training program. But as Mr. Mkiza alluded before, that the aftercare program continues, so we have access to the center, and we have access also to us as NDI through the RM program. So thank you, and a very big congratulations to everyone who will be graduating today. And my parting note is that we will be posting a little feedback survey that I'd like you to please throughout today. Just complete for us. I'm going to send it to you. We'll post it on the WhatsApp group. You can just click on your phone on the WhatsApp and quickly complete it. Give us your feedback. Let us know what went well. Let us know what didn't go well, what could be improved. But also do let us know what other support you feel you need to take your business forward. Wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kuluse. They always say success doesn't go without struggle. You might have had your struggles while you were actually being trained. So it is time for us to be hearing from Ms. Marisa Truttle as to what actually happened and what transpired when you were actually getting the training. Ms. Truttle, and then after Ms. Truttle, we actually have Tandiwe, Tijani, as well as Gosinati. Thank you so much.
Good morning to everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and it's a great honor to be here today. This program has been an interesting journey right from the start when we started the recruitment process. And I'll tell you a little bit about the new exciting things that we started and that we tested and piloted on this program. Partly just looking at, driving a different way of recruiting new program participants. And we're calling it the experiential learning program. And what's so unique about that is we actually opened up the opportunity to a greater audience to participate in an experiential learning process where you had the opportunity to engage with some of our business advisors using an online platform. And it would be interesting to also just hear from our SMMEs that will be presenting this morning how they experienced that experiential program. And it's a new way of learning. If you look at just business development support historically, we always engaged in face-to-face interactions. You have to sit in a classroom attending face-to-face sessions, and we just turned the dial around and upside down, and we engaged with our program participants in the virtual world. And as much as it's been a learning experience for yourself as a small business, it was a wonderful experience just for Tushia as an organization, our partner, the MBI, that bought into this concept and supported that, and then also the Ekurhuleni TVET College buying into this and supporting the process. And part of the journey also included to work very, very closely with the center team, and we actually took, I think it was about 15 new facilitators into a train-the-trainer program where we upskilled facilitators that are actually performing work in the area to deliver training within the center. And it would be lovely also to get feedback from the center team, just in terms of the ability to now find local resources that can support your programs in the way that you're implementing, and that there is no longer a need to find experts outside of the region to perform business development support. So So we work, Tushi as an organization works in townships and rural communities, and our intent is always to find local partners to work with and develop local capacity so that you enable an ecosystem that is sustainable in the long run. And I think we've been able to a certain extent to influence that also here, and we hope that the centre will be able to continue on that journey and make sure that you are able to support the small businesses within the community where the experts live as well. Now, I also just want to use a little bit of research that we've done recently and talk about the entrepreneurial journey. And myself being a director and also one of the founders of Tushia, I fully understand, the challenges that entrepreneurs and business owners go through to survive. And it's a very tough journey, and you sweat blood to make sure that there's continuity. And especially when you start employing your own employees, when you get to the end of the month and you've got these anxieties around, making sure that your employees receive their payments and that they are able to look after their own families and the people that they're supporting. We've got important role to play in uplifting the communities that we serve as entrepreneurs. And, in South Africa, we've got a challenge as a whole. If you compare us with our South African counterparts, I don't think historically as South African individuals, we were nurtured to become entrepreneurs. We had to learn and fight and get to understand, what it means to be an entrepreneur. And we had to upskill ourselves and take risks. And I don't think, by design, we are always risk takers. And what we find in South Africa is that often entrepreneurs are forced into entrepreneurship because of lack of employment opportunities. And that in itself creates great opportunities for us to make our own living and contribute to the economic growth of the areas where we operate in. And other challenges that entrepreneurs are faced with are challenges of corruption, challenges of community unrest, and we always have to navigate through these challenges. And as an entrepreneur, you wear multiple hats and you continuously need to deal with those challenges and find ways around it. And Tushia as an organization, through the experience that we've built within the communities that we service and the business advisors that works with us, we've been able to build an understanding, a deep understanding of these challenges that our entrepreneurs are facing. And in the way that we have designed this program, we've also taken into consideration, all the elements required to become successful, meaning you needed access to markets. And how do you create that access to markets? Through our partnerships with the NBI. That's got a membership of about 300 members at the moment. And it's an ongoing battle to make sure that we open up these opportunities and link our entrepreneurs up to those market opportunities. But it's not just our responsibilities as business development support practitioners, it's your own responsibility to make sure that you position yourself well and service these potential clients and reach out to them. And we had a wonderful networking event, and Abigail was also talking about the networking event, and that will continue, whereby we'll be inviting you to these events where you can pitch and present and profile yourself to these potential clients. But you also have to make sure that you build strength internally, that the quality of work that you will be able to deliver to your clients is quality that they can rely on, so that there will be continuity for yourself as a business. Another extremely important pillar is access to financial support if those opportunities are available. And that would be continued support that Tushia and our partners would make available to the centre as well as to the entrepreneurs on the program. And we want to open up and invite you to keep your networks open with us, stay in contact, make sure that you engage us in opportunities that we'll be extending to you, both networking opportunities but also opportunities where you can respond to RFQs or requests for proposals. Now, I just also want to speak a little bit about some of the successes on the program, and successes that was also new, in how we designed and rolled out the program, partnering with the college to bring on board interns. And although Tushia has done it on other programs in the past, this was an effort whereby we had the support of multiple partners. And it was just amazing to have interns and youth that had so much passion and energy that came on board to support our entrepreneurs. And Tushia was also privileged to bring on board 2 entrepreneurs within our organization. And I think, every now and then when I speak to those entrepreneurs, they have been so stretched. And it's only when you're stretched that you really, really, really learn. And I trust that after the entrepreneurs or the interns' journey with us as business owners or businesses, those interns would have the capability and capacity to either start their own businesses themselves or to find employment that would be sustainable for them in future. So some successes that we've seen in the internship program is that the businesses that were supported with financial and accounting support and bookkeeping support, we see that businesses have been able to improve their administration. They now have management accounts, they can now produce financial statements, and as a result, our businesses are now more compliant with regulatory requirements. Now, just a little bit around some statistics that we got from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor and from Stats SA, is that we see year on year, businesses registering in excess of 500 or 1,000 businesses that registers on a quarterly basis with CIPC. And out of those numbers, you only see 20% of the businesses really complying with statutory and regulatory requirements. So it's a huge issue, especially if you want to start accessing market opportunities from large corporate partners. And those are the critical business development support that centers such as this center provides to our businesses. And I trust that our businesses sitting in this room would have testimonials around them being able to now advance their businesses due to the support that they've received through the internship and through the business development support program. Training, where we had also moved on to virtual training, and I think it was very new also for the center, Mandla. Initially we had some challenges with making sure that our businesses have got access to connectivity and data, and those are the challenges that you're now dealing with. But I believe that the virtual world has opened up a new understanding of learning, and now I see myself just the levels of productivity, not having to travel, not having to sit in classroom, and the time required for you to make provision for those logistics. It's extremely productive if you think about the other things that small businesses needs to manage in terms of available capacity. Other successes on the program includes the technical support, and some highlights is it Sejeba, that got his container. Sejeba, where are you? Here. Sejeba, I'm hoping that you'll be able to give us some testimonials around the impact of that technical support, and the generators and tools that were received as a result of the program. We know that the businesses in the past had to rent premises, rent equipment. Now, just as a result of the program, you've got tools and equipment which lower your cost of delivery and hopefully improve your profit margins as an organization. I'm going to pause there, and I'm going to allow our two entrepreneurs that can come up and just share with us some of their own stories and experiences. And our ladies first, of course. I want to invite Tandiwe to come and share her story, and after Tandiwe, Nathi. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. And thanks to our partners.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Katlehong. I'm the director of NTP Technologies. I stand before you today. I'm very humbled by the recognition and also uplifted by the honor of being one of the chosen members for the program. I would like to thank and also to give and to express my gratitude to Toshia, MPI, and EWC for giving us the opportunity. I would like to say that to Toshia and MPI, there was a huge difference. I know that it's been, when the program started, it started the time that COVID was still a bit there and there. There were a bit of challenges. It was never an easy one, I must say. But I am very honored today to say that with the tools that we have received, it has brought a very huge change, especially from my side. I'll speak on my side with the tools that I received. For my electronics items that I received, because I never had the whole set of the items. I'm very grateful. I'm no longer have to run around to be going to internet cafe to printing out. I have all my items and equipment in one roof. And with the technical tools also, more especially with the load shedding, I've got a big generator that I can work with. More especially on site, because of most of the time when you've got a new site, where the site is still new, there's no electricity, so I can manage to be able to work with that. I'm very grateful for that. However, when it comes to marketing, I can say with the program, I'm still a bit disappointed. I think I'm going to highlight it. When the program started, we were supposed, like, with the highlight, it was said to say that there will be a marketing, there will be assistance with the, what you call this, with the admin checking on the office staffs, and also more specifically with the marketing. Because if you can check with the SMMEs, the small businesses, our main focus, it's more with the marketing. How are you driving us? Because I thought maybe probably, even if you're not going to be getting the bigger projects, it was going to be easy, it was going to be better maybe probably if you're going to be giving us probably maintenance. Starting with the schools, clinics, and hospitals, just to do those small jobs for plumbing, electrical, and painting probably. For an example, there was something that I saw here on site, here on the center. I've seen it, we've been coming here, there have been meetings. The center was being renovated. We just saw the center being renovated, but none of the SMMEs that were chosen here was being selected, not even to paint, not even maybe to be installing the light or the electric. I think I have to be highlighting everything. So, yeah, I think on the marketing, can you please, I'm begging Toshia, EWC, NPI, can you please just push on that? I believe all the SMMEs here that are here, that we are all in mind, the main focus, it was on the marketing. Can you please assist us with that? We are very grateful for the tools, for the startup. All we're asking, can you please just lift up when it comes to the marketing? We need the jobs. For us to be able to be training those students, because if we do have the tools, but the challenge for us also for the SMEs is to get the jobs. How are we going to be employing these young youth students? Because those students that we need to employ, we're going to be taking them, probably I've got a job, I've got only 3 months. I'm only going to be taking those students for 2 months or a month. So if you get maybe a longer period of time, a project that maybe you selected as a minister, then we can manage to train the students. They can get the quality that they need. Even if the students that are here today, I would say, probably even with them, they didn't receive that skills that they wanted. I need to highlight this. But I'm saying that we are grateful for the program. But moving forward, can you please just look at on the marketing side? I just want to say thank you. Let it be that it's not going to end with us. Let it be that the people that's going to be coming on the next program, please look at the marketing side. Thank you so much. I am grateful to Toshia. I am grateful to NBI. I am grateful to EWC. Thank you so much. You have brought a huge difference. I can literally say that the tools, the items that you brought to my business, they're making a huge difference. Thank you so much.
Nathi, the founder of accessories, the brand ambassador of Nathi Jewellers. I want to take this opportunity and thank the NBI, Toshia, and EWC in partnership with CEDA for the opportunity they gave us. Even though we had like a few challenges when we started, but we are very grateful for the opportunity. And moving forward, I'm hoping I will get more assist from you guys since the business is growing with the technical tools. In my business now it's improving. I didn't have a laptop, so now I'm able to work at home. Now I have my own Wi-Fi, so I don't really need to spend time coming here, but of which it saved from the transport money, because we are still small businesses and we're still growing, so we want such opportunities to be there so that we can grow. And yeah, the challenges were there, but we're still growing. Yeah, so I'd like to take this opportunity, Mr. Kize, principal, and everyone who was involved, and please may you continue to support our businesses. Thank you.
We have all had the feedback from Toshia as well as the SMEs. But I can say success is not an activity, but a process. If it's a process, it actually means that all of us were actually going to embark on this journey whereby all of us will be assisting each other. We heard you when you were actually saying that we like the marketing, of which, yes, as SMMEs, we are actually urging you to say when it comes to marketing, it starts with your idea. You are a brand, so you actually need to make sure that you brand yourselves, and then you actually need to go out there and market yourselves as well. But the support, definitely you are actually going to be getting from the partners that are actually here, that actually make sure that you get whatever that you want. Without much further ado, I am actually going to request Dr. Mkana, who is actually going to give us some few words. Dr. Mkana, thank you so much.
Good morning. Those of you who speak Portuguese, I would say bom dia. It's just so heartwarming to listen to, I don't know whether to say young, but mature now tell them colleagues, regardless of their age, the stories that they tell. But let me say, thank you very much, and collectively thank SIDA in absentia and EWC, Tushia, NBI. I still want to know what Tushia means. Thank you as a family. The fact that you managed to hold down fort, the fact that you managed to break through. As you said, this is just but a start, it's just the beginning. But just allow me really to, I will be going here and there, indicating some highlights, not necessarily a full-fledged speech, maybe as would be expected. First of all, and you may be aware where it all started, but I think it suffices basically to say that on June 18, 2014, and as a partnership, the DTI launched this center. Some time elapsed, and on June 14, 2018, the center was relaunched. And I think maybe the reasons are pretty clear and are known. And the center was premised basically on two strands. And I think maybe it still is premised on two strands or two legs. The areas of dealing with wood products and metal fabrication. And there are also varied areas that the center is looking at, what it's called the generic business areas. I'll probably come to some of those and maybe just to share one or two ideas or thoughts about those. But the Center for Entrepreneurship, really, the objectives, and again, I'm just saying those, re-stressing those, basically, the provision of participants, call them students, call them a family, with both theoretical knowledge and entrepreneurial skills. It has to start somewhere, and it had to start somewhere. It also focused on some of the activities, the empowerment of entrepreneurs with relevant, requisite skills, so that we just don't wake up and say, I'm manufacturing chairs, but there's no focus around that. So the center is meant to help in bringing together the thought processes or further ideas to enhance those that you have. That's also one of the areas that the center is focusing on, and I think going forward we'll continue to focus on that. It also runs the incubation center as a totality. Also, and I think with time most probably, and I'm happy that the management of the college are here, maybe also with time, to make sure that the culture of entrepreneurship spreads across the college and even beyond the college, because what you have accomplished here today, what NBI, what Tushia, what SIDA, what they are doing is to make sure that this requisite skills are spread all over the country. In other words, they are assisting in training the nation for the nation, because the activities that you are involved in my assessment, aren't necessarily only meant for you to be employed, but to be able also to create sustainable jobs and to make them into mega companies, not only to look just in front of our noses. Also, the center supports various programs, the projects surrounding the communities around here. And I'm assuming it's basically the communities within Ekurhuleni. And the expertise that is unleashed in this institution or in this center also goes out to influence other people. I remember, I think it was just yesterday, that the center manager spoke about an entity that came here and seeking to better understand how things are done and how to do things better and so forth. So that's the kind of influence that the center has across basically the region, and I would imagine also across the provinces. The NBI EWC partnership, I think stretches a while ago. There was an agreement that was entered into, hence you see NBI, hence you see Tushia here. And then we are also aware that what NBI seeks to address, it's basically all those, so that people are economically included and people are assisted with those requisite skills that help improve. It could be regional, economies. It could be beyond that. And my understanding also is that that process also assisted in identifying, qualifying SMMEs. Hence, we have those that are graduating today, 9 of you, if I've counted correctly. And in the process, there were expectations, and I think there still are expectations from the college in the engineering field also to be assisted accordingly. And I'm also made to understand that NBI donated 3 mini workshops, equipments, and so forth for the participants to be able to engage with overall, to assist them accordingly. There were criteria in doing that, and I think those were mentioned. I shall not necessarily go into, but there were those criteria that make sure that you end up where you are as we speak, and the recognition that is there. The enterprise support interventions overall cover the technical interventions, which include, amongst others, closing gaps through training and coaching and so forth, maybe on a monthly basis or whatever how it's staggered. The business interventions, record keepings, all the systems that are required to assist you as an entity to succeed and even go beyond success. All those are skills, are support systems that Tushia, that CEDA, that NBI is unleashing on you, so that you are able to to go beyond the action kind of business that some people may look at you as they're just so small. But just before I came in here, as maybe as a way of off-ramping a little bit, I was listening to, there's a gentleman called Tukuna, and he was talking about the problem that generally people have, including politicians. It's lack of vision. See it and make it to that level that you want. Don't necessarily see yourself as a small business and going to using that as just the be all and all. See yourself as that mega company that will someday make a huge dent in the economy of this country. He's currently building a rural multi-purpose city in Limpopo, I think around the Giani area and so forth. He indicated he met Jacob Zuma then. He met Cyril now, and he told them the plans that they had of building smart cities, that you're not going to succeed. The reason? You're putting this into bureaucratic spheres. Now, he dreamt about that from the early 70s. He was the first black person in Soweto to build a shopping center. As we speak, the plans are afoot for him to build a smart city in a rural area. It's not fantasy. It's going to happen. He has started that. So think big and act big and be big. Now, the other area I want to offer to, and I'm happy my leadership is here, and I think also our partners are here. I'm not sure, and I'm just saying it as food for thought, that within the generic areas that the center says is assisting the communities with, or aspiring business people with, would you include, or does it include, and again please understand me, could be a serious offering, farming. It may not be at this point in time, but I'm just thinking, when COVID hit, the one area that was proven that it will stay, it's farming, it's agriculture. We could not go anywhere, but we could afford to eat. Now, I'm going to bring a personal example of this in here, just for food for thought. May not necessarily be enough, but the reason why I'm bringing it forth is that part of the responsibility of the center is to assist entrepreneurs, micro, small, you name them, with those tools, systems, accounting, admin, with those systems that will help them flourish. Here in Villadisa, here in Boxwood, I'm saying it not because she's my sister, but she is my sister. Uvele wasukela isigaba, municipal land, a dumping site. She took charge with a hip as high as I don't know what. She leveled it. 2012. I'm saying she's a sister because we are sharing a surname. And last year when I met her, in an area that is about a hectare, she produced about 20 or 25, 50 kg of sugar beets. But she doesn't have those skills to determine how she did it. Did I make money? Did I not make money? There's an element of marketing. Where do I market this? How do I do that? And so forth. As you drive towards Magagula Heights, that stretch, people have annexed that whole area. It's municipal land, and they are farming. Peanuts, maize, yukon, and so forth. Now, in terms of looking at the curriculum that we are looking at, and I'm saying curricula in a very maybe broad sense, are we likely to go out and look out for those kind of peoples and assist them with the kind of skills that will help prosper them? And so on. So, I hear, okay, I hear you talk about, about marketing. Here's where I'm coming from. It's well and good. And I personally, I appreciate it as an open evaluation, assessment of the program we've gone through. But you need to be able to market something that's of quality. Equally important as you put effort in the marketing aspect of it, put effort on the quality side of it. And once you, in my opinion, and little knowledge that I have, if the quality is right, it's likely to market itself also. But it's important, and I think the family is listening to say, how else can we assist our own to go beyond whatever the challenges that are there? I applaud you, I applaud the family of CEDA, EWC, SHIA, NBI. I applaud that family, I applaud you also as part of the family. And that when we come back next time, probably also your displays will be next to theirs. You will also be assisting others like NBI, like to share and do. And lastly, on behalf of Council, as the committee overlooking the center, it's a committee of Council. We would like to extend a hearty thank you for your perseverance, and a thank you for staking it out. And we say, together with the other family members, hold hands and make it happen. Where sometimes we have a problem, usually the Indian community have this saying of a spider web mentality, which suggests that oftentimes one critical thing that kills black people and black businesses, it's a lack of spider web mentality. I see you struggling. I learned in Mr. Mudau's company, I learned a tender. And there are certain areas where I'm not able to deliver, but they've given me that tender. I don't go to her and say, or to somebody and say, look, I've got this, can we create a joint venture to attend to this? So we need to look at that also. Let's not have that mentality of, I want to be rich alone. You will be. You will have 100% of company X, but you will have 100% of the zero. Does it help? Or would 10%, 2% of a billion make a difference in your entity? So let's think otherwise also. Much as the colleagues are assisting, let's also assist each other. Let's work, collaborate. I want to put a challenge to you. If there's anyone amongst you who can do two things for me, and I'm talking in relation, I don't know what the others have done or are doing. And in relation to the thing I've spoken about with my sister, if there's someone who can say, you know, your businesses, we will help you design a whatever, a logo or a label which she can put on it once she has packaged her bins, for argument's sake, to be able to take to food lovers. I'm ready to engage. If there's someone who's willing to, and if that's an area that you also deal with, assist me with selling things online and take charge of that and monitor that, I'm willing to do much. Could be small, but small morphs into big if your heart is into it. Family, thank you very much. Party, Madam Nofke, Madam Kese, the entire family, thank you very much. Continue with the good work, and congratulations to you. Go out and toil successfully. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. Umphathi sekafikile. Welcome, Umphathi. If I got you well, Doctor, you actually said the SMMEs should dream big, think big, in that they are actually going to achieve big results, like your sister did when she saw a mountain of rubbles and she demolished them to make a field where she can actually grow the crops. That's thinking big. That actually resulted in big things. Now it is time for us to applaud, sound and cheer the doers. I am actually going to request Ms. Samela Nonima, who is actually going to be the later. Then I will also request Dr. Mfala, Ms. Marisa Krutel, Datem Dao, and now that I can see that Ms. Abigail Rubuse is still around. I'm actually going to request her again to be part of the people that are actually going to give the congratulatory handshakes as the certificates are about to be awarded to the boards. May I have Ms. Samela to come to the floor, as well as the aforementioned officials. Thank you.
As it was mentioned earlier, part of the development program also involved training programs that were facilitated on behalf of the entrepreneurs. So as part of then the ceremony is then to hand over the certificates for the training that was completed as part of the development program. The one thing that I do want to advise is just on the program, it says that we are supposed to be handing over the tools and certificates this morning, and just want to advise that the tools have already been handed over, so this portion will only be the handing over of the certificates. I'm going to be reading out the names and also the business names, and I would ask that the entrepreneurs please come up and accept the certificates. There are three entrepreneurs that aren't able to join us this morning. I will be reading their names in their absence once I've called out everyone who's present this morning. So the first entrepreneur is Vanessa Ramodibe from Ramodibe Training and Construction.
the questions. Thank you so much.
And then I would like to read out the entrepreneurs that are not present with us this morning. Wanga Menendez Zilwa from Victor Trading, Jacob Mamjate from Bitobuti Projects, and Justice Lala from Flats Holding. And those are all entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much, boss. Don't forget, we have been counseled here by Dr. Mhlana. He said, together we can do more. Without much ado, I am actually going to request the captain of the ship, who serves under the council of the council, to come and give us the vote of thanks. That is the acting principal, Vadau, who is actually going to vote.
I'm going to cast a vote. Now you are fortunate you are seeing my face. Because I could have left the podium without you seeing my face because of the situation that we are finding ourselves in, which is here, but I believe in prayer it will pass one day. Program Director Mandamlel David, the council represented by Dr. Mhlala here. We are honored, and I like it like this, that when we are not full, you are here and you show support as always. Ms. Rosanovke, the acting deputy principal, academic affairs, IRM program manager, Ms. Abigail Kuilisi, I'm a vendor, so I can bear with me when I'm butchering your surname. It's not that I want to butcher it, but because if I give you my name, you're going to struggle the way I'm struggling. But it is all. But I've tried to say, to share, Director Ms. Maris Truter, staff members present here, mainly the staff in the CFE, and I want to qualify our SMMEs, and then I say all our precious SMMEs. We are honored by being called because of you. And ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to congratulate you, the SMMEs, on your tremendous achievement. Everything that I'll be talking about you, I'll be qualifying. It is not just an achievement, it is tremendous. So that is why I'm saying, well done. And I was told that you were not 9, but you were 10. But you know, even when you were starting your grade R or grade A or 1, you were plus or minus 30 or 40, but not all of them reached the other class. We know it happens. We know it happens. But we would have wished that all of you have gone through. I'm intensely grateful to you for your dedication, all along focus, determination, and the perseverance. That is why you are where you are. You are where you are now. If you didn't, and if you didn't see, you were not going to be where you are. It's better to see beyond where you are standing than you achieve some of the things that you want to achieve. The National Business Initiative, IRM program, comes in at a time which South Africa as a country, needs a lot of skilled people for its economic growth to be realized. As a TVET college, we are required to produce students with technical skills who would in future become artisans in different trades. But I want to believe that ourselves as the TVET college, as the Ekurhuleni West TVET college, and the government alone, we cannot achieve the goal set by the government to make sure that we have more than 30,000 artisanship by 2030. So it needs the intervention, it needs the assistance of the private sector to have that realized. And that is why I will further ululate and continue to appreciate the gesture that we have shown to Ekurhuleni West TVET College students to say we are here, we are raising our hand, we can go together and make sure that this goal is realized. We really appreciate what NBI and its partners are doing to better lives of mainly the marginalized students or marginalized people. For us, that is recognized, and we will continue to recognize that as long as we are still alive, because it's our role. Old as we are, we want to see you becoming good. I was praying for one of you. I said, I see you becoming monkeys, and so that you have a lot and you supply and you assist other people who are in need of the assistance. The question is not only to drive rovers, it's to make sure that you play a role of assisting those who are needy around you and develop the communities that you are going to serve. That will be good, and God will pay you for that, not with money. You will see yourself achieving. Then as a college, we would like to nurture the partnership that we are having with you, NBI. You see, I'm coming here as a married woman who is not reliable, but who sees the importance of the relationship that she's in. Then she will say to the other partner, I don't want to lose you. Not because I'm relying on the partner, because we rely on each other to make sure that we realize the goal. But a reliable woman will say, I can't leave you, I'm crying, because the reliable woman wants material things, and she sees the material things that the other partner is having, and then she does not want to be left alone. But now we will nurture this relationship, make sure that the relationship continues, not for my benefit as an old man, but for the benefit of the young ones who want to venture into business. And that will be good. I'm a priest, I will continue to say God will bless us. And to you SMMEs, I say the skills you acquired will never make you hungry. It will never make you hungry, or it will make you hungry if you stand where I'm standing and you don't see beyond where you are standing. But if you look beyond where you are seated, these skills that we have acquired will never make you go hungry. We are telling you, that is why we are proud with our partner to say at least we have products that we can point and say, here are our products, and referring to you. When we are writing the history of NBI and its partners and EWC, you will be part of that history. To say today, on the 26th of May 2022, we gathered here witnessing your achievement, and we will always monitor the achievement that you got. So I'm glad to say that you are graduating today in an institution that helped you craft your businesses, that will not only respond to the current needs, but even to the future needs. That is why I'm always saying beyond, you look beyond. Then we are not focusing on the current needs, we are even looking at the future needs, of which I think you are with me. But the future needs of your community and the future needs of your communities, a person who is egocentric, a person who wants to individually become rich, a person who does not look at people around him or her, that person is as if he's not existing in the community because he's living alone. But we expect you to serve the community that you are living in, to make sure that you make a contribution. This center will continue to give you support so that you may continue to run your healthy businesses without you and NBI and its partners and other partners. This building was going to be a white elephant. The building without people, we're going to look at these beautiful paints, how big the building is, but without you, we were not going to have a building useful for the cost that we want it to be. But now we have you, we are quite sure that, Mr. Mkhize, this building will never become a white elephant, because still we are going to have other participants or SMMEs being produced through this building. I advise you to continue use this building. Nobody will stop you. So if you have a need, or you need guidance, advice, or you want to contribute back, so this building is waiting for you. By the building, we are referring to all the employees of EWC who are working in this building, and even those who are not working in this building. They should make it a point that you are assisted. Like the chairperson of the advisory board, member of the council, was saying, you can venture beyond what you have started now, like what he was giving you as an example. Lastly, and in conclusion, let me take this opportunity to thank all the EWC officials, the NBI officials and Tasha officials who worked tirelessly to ensure that this graduation becomes a success. CFE, RI, marketing divisions, thank you. Your works will never go unnoticed. We are always seeing it. And it is like Mr. Mkhize, you have grabbed marketing. I know immediately when we finish here, NBI, automatically now, you are in the Facebook without, before I could even leave the office, already other people are saying that. Then we thank you very much, Mr. Chauke and Mr. Mulele, and I can't forget you, Makas. We thank you very much, and the CFA, Nemnofke, we thank you very much and we appreciate. NBI, I wanted to say, don't stop. We are still expecting to see your faces and the other faces of new students. We really, we are very much appreciative. I am standing here. I wanted to start with the event. Unfortunately, I was having an interview that I stopped, and then I said the interviews should wait for me. That is how I regard how important these students are. To tell you that immediately when I finish, I won't even sit with you in the where you'll be sitting. I'll just get a cup of tea, and then I quickly go there so that the interviews will not shout at me, because I regarded this as a very, very crucial and serious event, mainly when we are producing students who are going to do something. And I really appreciate it. And I'm saying, we appreciate again. Mine is to vote, and I'm voting. They said I should cast a vote, and a vote of thanks. SMMEs, I really appreciate. I think in some cases it's not the end of seeing them. We are going to see them several times, monitor them, follow up, make sure that their business becomes sustainable, so that at least we have a sustained system of SMMEs establishing their own businesses. To everyone I say, let us continue to mask up, because we are supposed to mask up, because now it's like the numbers are going up, but fortunately people are not dying. They are just coughing and then they come back quickly. But we should continue to mask up and observe all the COVID-19 preventative measures. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We have actually reached a point where we actually need to conclude this event. Mine is just to thank you for being a very good audience. And then I should say to NBI and to Shia, EWC does not only forge relationships that do not work. As Mr. Mdau indicated, that we will actually nurture this relationship. We are actually saying we will definitely make sure that this relationship that has been forged works. Thank you everyone, and thank you for being a good audience. And I should believe I thought maybe you would come and announce that. I should believe that now it's time for me to call Mr. Mkize, who's not on the program, to actually assist us in giving us direction on what is supposed to happen. Thank you, Mr. Mkize.
Thank you, Program Director, our advisory board member, Chairperson, in fact, Dr. Mhlala, acting principal, also deputy principal, and our partners, NBI, Tushia. Thank you so much for organizing this event, as well as you, SMEs and students, interns. So mine is just to announce that from here, we are still saying the students, or rather the SMEs are welcome. We have this aftercare program, and whereby SIDA is involved in making sure that we continue this journey and support you. Part of the stories, for instance, is that the SMEs that we do open up the market for, or assist them to access the market, where they are able to attend exhibitions, like we took Nathi with us to NASDAQ, which is one of the biggest register shows that happens annually. There's also an invitation which goes to them as well, like SIDA is calling out for SMEs with those products that are ready to be sold internationally. There's a call that I know right now for the SMEs to take their products to Mozambique, which is open to everyone. And of course, we've heard the stories and we listened very carefully to human journey about access to market, and that is really where the journey is. And also with the SMEs and the students, interns that are here, we are trying to help them that they gain more experience as much as they can. So in terms of the arrangements, just we work it out there and there's food there. We would like also to invite our partners, Chairperson, just for the upper part to see the workshops, the work that you've done, contributing to the center. We want to take you through there and also the speaker space if you have time. I think it's time just for now for us to grab something to eat. I know that you're eating, as I said, you have to leave, so excuse you for that. But everyone is welcome, is invited to grab something to eat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.